Welcome to the PopADew podcast.
PopADew! What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the PopADew podcast. This is episode number 3. That was supposed to be episode number 4. There was supposed to be a different episode that come out today. We are currently recording this at, I believe it's 3 a.m. for Joey. It's 2 a.m. for me, and we are going to put this out today, the day you guys are listening to this. It's supposed to be a special guest Sunday. We had a guest that we did a whole hour and a half with. I'm not going to say their name, but they rhyme with and he is.
I'll say it. It's Yeah, so I was just, chilling, and I hit up Crypt, and I was like, yo, did you get the video files from this person? And Crypt was like, unfortunately not. And then I texted the person, but hey, it was 2 a.m. in the morning, so, wasn't expecting a response. And then, I was like, all right, well, I watched a TED Talk the other day. Maybe not the other day. I always say the other day on these podcasts, but literally.
It's probably like 4 months ago. He's like, I hadn't watched it the other day 4 months ago.
Yeah, it's just like the natural knee-jerk thing to say the other day. But anyways, the TED Talk with Cole Bennett. And it was about being, and he was like, I've met so many people in this music industry, like all the greats, and what I realized about them all is they're all problem solvers. And then I kind of like thought about that as soon as you texted me telling me that we didn't get the video files yet. For the podcast that was supposed to come out tomorrow. So I was like, you know what? What would a problem solver do? Like, how do you solve this problem?
Go to fucking sleep. That was my problem to solve.
I guess I was the problem
butt-ass
creator.
naked, like 3 minutes away from falling asleep, and then I just hear a ding, and it's Joseph Nato over here. He's like, did you get the video files?
Yeah, it's important. I wanted to know.
It is important. No, it's definitely important. And I waited all day, and I got like a screenshot from this person at like 10 o'clock this morning who showed me the files were like 75% of the way sent, and he had been trying to send me the files all night. And then haven't heard from them the rest of the day, but they're doing half-price features all fucking day. If you guys want to go figure out who the fuck I'm talking about, I forgot to pop a Mountain Dew. Can you just be quiet, keep your beautiful lips shut for just 1 second? You literally did that as soon as I did that. I fucking hate you. All right. There we go. PopADew to fucking start the podcast. Okay, there we go.
That's what the editing is for. You know what? I can't wait until I finally go to a grocery store and buy 2 boxes of Mountain Dew to hold me over.
Have you still not gone to buy Mountain Dew?
I haven't left the house, to be honest with you. Like,
Is there literally any difference in your lifestyle change since all this started happening?
A little bit, because I used to, like, if I left the house, I would go to, like, L.A. or Arizona, but I wouldn't go down the street.
Yeah, everybody else leaves the house. It's like, I'm going to the park, or I'm going to grab food. Joey's like, I'm going to fucking Arizona. Like, I'm going to drive across the country.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's just you.
One thing I want to ask, because one thing I haven't done for this specific person that we've been waiting for this podcast from is I haven't added their picture yet in my phone. Is this like a thing for you? Like, do you get pictures from like social media and stuff and put it like and associate it with contacts on your phone?
No.
Because ever since I got my iPhone, I've been going ham with that.
That's a weird thing. That is a creepy thing. No, I don't do that.
So yeah, I kind of was reluctant to bring this up, but
no, I've only done that with people that have the same names, and like I gotta distinguish who is who.
Oh, that's the only the only reason that you do that.
Yeah,
all right.
Unless do you just like to masturbate to people's pictures? Like,
not as much anymore.
Hold on, I got a paper cut that one time, and I just kind of ruined it for me.
I kind of got scolded once about that, and that kind of just shut everything down from there. But let me look at my contacts really quick. This might be interesting for you to know. So yeah, the picture of me.
You have a picture of me in your phone under my contact name. What's my contact name, first of all?
It's Crypt.
Okay.
Just Crypt.
Nice. That's
nothing crazy.
Basic.
It's the picture
I would have accepted GOAT or God Rapper or YouTube Rap King, YouTube Rap Godfather. Goat Cheese.
GOAT belongs to Moxus. Come on now.
That is true. I'll give you that. I can concede the title of GOAT to Moxus.
Because he mentions it on every damn song. He calls himself the GOAT on like every song.
Why's he got horns? Because I'm the GOAT, bitch! Okay. What was that, Schoenberg?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Anytime that we hung out in Arizona, I would always say, yes, 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 yes. Because he said that on that tomfoolery song, and I like to make fun of him for that.
It's a dope verse.
Anyways, your picture is of you. That was descriptive.
Oh, wow. I would hope it's of me.
It was of you.
Your picture is of Dax. Did you know that?
Yeah, I had to change that.
The ultimate.
It's a picture that Mac Lethal took of you, I think.
Oh, so he took like really nice pictures of me.
This one's under a neon sign.
That says I love you?
Yeah.
Let me get this straight, okay? Literally, if I go to your phone, if someone were to ever find you and like found your phone and went through your contacts list and I was the person that called, there would be a picture of my beautiful face pop up on your phone that said I love you and that I'm calling you.
Actually, yeah, because it shows the full picture.
Dude.
But here, call me right now. Call me right now.
Dude, I don't. Oh my God. Okay. So everybody watching the screen, just imagine Joey is like laying on the side of the road unconscious. Someone finds his phone to try to call for help. And this is what they see pop up on their screen.
Yep. There it is.
I love you.
Now, it was basically because I feel like the lighting was good on your face. So it was like, all right. Anyway,
he took several pictures of me. We actually have multiple pictures together.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
And that makes sense because you're in them.
Remember that?
But there's also several other pictures out there that you could have easily just thrown in there. But you want to pick the one that says "I love you" on there. That's very sweet of you, I suppose.
So for my mom, I got a picture of her smiling. For Scru, Scru's was hard to get a picture of because he has like all cartoons. So
yeah, he has a lot of drawings.
Yeah. So I just got just the cool one with like leaves in the background or something.
You're new to the iPhone game. I understand. Like Joey had an Android for a long time, and I actually made fun of him whenever I went up. Surprise, surprise! I'm making fun of Joey for something. But I went to Joey's place to record my album in September, and I think he and DaBaby, or me and DaBaby.
It's DaBaby.
I thought it was DaBaby. I'm sorry, DaBaby.
I know
cool
you
dude.
did.
Absolutely cool dude.
Yeah.
We were just making fun of Joey the whole time, calling him Team Green Bubble and saying other expletive terms that I'm not allowed to say right now. But
yeah, that
was a fun
actually
time.
In the video. That was in the behind the scenes video.
Actually. Oh, was it?
I included that.
Yeah, I've watched that video so many times, and I guess I forgot about that.
Because he was like, "What up, Blue?" Because I said something. I was like, "Yo, do you want to do dubs on this or something?" Like something productive for the album to make the album as good as possible. And then DaBaby was like, "Shut up, Green Bubble." And then he turned to you and was like, "What up, Blue Bubble?" And you were like, "What up, bro? We got peasants here recording for us."
That sounds like something that 100% happened. I don't debate you on that happening 100%. That's great.
A couple things I want to mention is that the artwork that's been submitted to us. I want to shout out all the artists that's been submitting us dope artwork. Matt is Withdrawn actually made the official PopADew mascot. Yeah. So
yeah, dude, that thing is so fucking cool. Bro, that drawing that he
one.
showed us today of PopADew in a dark alley, that is so funny, dude. Like, can you just imagine turning the corner in a city somewhere and you just see PopADew halfway lit in an alley somewhere just staring at you with his big fucking bug eyes? It's amazing. Shout out to Matt is Withdrawn.
It doesn't get much more creepy than that. Shout outs to Matt is Withdrawn. And then, who is... All right.
I made the actual logo, like the PopADew logo. Shout out to Crypt. Huh?
Yeah, you made the logo. Who drew the characters in our logo though was Ritzy Kung, if I'm saying that right. I'll put it up on the screen if you're watching the video. We got to give these artists some recognition, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
And he did it quick. He did it super quick. He did that like within an hour or two, if you remember.
He did. We put him on a pretty tight schedule, and like we were just pretty much going to use anything that he sent. But he actually sent something pretty dope. Like,
yeah,
I
agree. He made us a little fat. We had to thin it out a little bit.
Yeah, he made Joey fat, which is a hard thing to do. Have you guys ever seen Joey? This thing is the width of my finger. I want to give a shout out to Jonathan, who also does a podcast, the That Being Said podcast. I did an interview with him, his very first episode, and he does something kind of similar to what we do. He interviews other people and like talks about other things. Joey and I kind of have casual conversation and talk shit to each other, but he's more productive with his podcast. So I definitely recommend you guys going to listen to that as well.
I gotta say, if we're gonna be completely honest here, that was a hell of a podcast for his first podcast. Like,
yeah, man, absolutely.
He has a good voice for it too. Like,
right? Yeah, he's a preacher, so he's like used to public speaking, used to organizing his words in the correct way. But I mean, he did a good job with like asking me certain questions, and I've known him for a long time. He's actually got my name tattooed on his leg, which is really cool. And it scared me at first, but I've gotten used to that idea. Yeah. But yeah, he's a really cool dude, and it was fun doing that podcast with him. So please go listen to that. If you guys are sick and tired of hearing mine and Joseph's voice, you can go listen to my good friend Jonathan's voice on the That's Being Said podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that he interviewed you first for the first episode. So
I was starting off strong.
I was bougie. I was like, I'll do the interview, but I want to hear the podcast first just to make sure, it's
wow,
up to snuff and stuff like that.
What an asshole. I went into it blind. Yeah, I went into it blind. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll do the podcast. You can ask me anything you want to. I don't care. I literally was sitting in my living room. I think I was naked or either had underwear on, and I had my phone just on my chest. I put it on speakerphone, and I was like playing a video game while he was asking me all these questions. And it was a fun time. Had to point out that fact.
Speaking of video games, I want to get into video games first. We're going backwards on this.
Oh, we're going backwards? One more thing I want to say is we are on Spotify now. So anybody watching this video,
hell yeah,
the podcast is streamable. Is that a word? Is that the correct verbiage for that? It is streamable on Spotify. We're working on getting it to other places. I don't know how this works, but it is on Spotify for sure now. And I'm pretty sure they upload same day now. So that's dope.
Did you ever play Final Fantasy VII?
I did not. Great way to start off the video game segment.
Darn it. Yeah, that was
it's such a niche game.
That was an amazing game. It's an amazing game. It was my favorite game of all time. Still is. You know what I did for 2 hours today? And I would have done it for more if I didn't have to work on stuff. That sounds like it hurts. 2 hours? Come on. Jesus
It's
Christ.
Not that bad.
Anyways, yeah, I watched original gameplay from Final Fantasy VII on my phone from the 1997 version of the game.
Jesus. Man, you talk about a productive day that you had. What a problem solver. Cole Bennett would be proud of you. Why are you saying
right now he would
Are you
be.
Drinking something?
Yeah, it's Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I bet.
It's totally water. But I did have a lot of Malibu rum before this podcast. So.
Oh my God! So it's 3 a.m. where you're at. We're tired. Yeah. We're pissed off at. You're halfway drunk. I still
about that.
Good God. Okay, it's whatever, man. This is a shit show of a podcast, man.
It's gonna be great.
Bitch. Fuck you. All right.
So the first topic that we're gonna get into.
Why does Joey not have eyebrows?
We both did not want to talk about this topic, but we're going to talk about Luke, GAWNE, and Screwface John.
Dun, dun, dun!
Ha! You guys may hate this, but your guys' names rhyme, so take that.
Maybe he's just like going to fucking divert from this topic and realize we shouldn't talk about it. But no, we're going to talk about it.
No. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. All right, let me talk about where I was when the diss track dropped.
Is this like a memorable thing for you? Like you remember it's like I was driving on the interstate listening to Backstreet Boys, and then all of a sudden I got a notification on my phone. Luke GAWNE in 6 seconds, World War III. And I had to pull over and listen to it because it's such a memorable moment in my life. And then I listened to it, and I was like, holy shit, this is going to be crazy. And then 4 minutes later, Screwface John replies, wrote the entire thing in 4 minutes. Holy shit, this is a crazy back and I'm getting too deep into this. That's you go on, Joe.
I'm trying to think of now what I heard first. So I think I heard. All right, first of all, I was going to get a Baconator. All right, from Wendy's. You'd be proud of me.
Hey, man, I'm proud of you. At least it wasn't a vegan omelet.
It was not they don't have asparagus onion omelets there, so believe me, I asked.
That's a pre-foreshadowing thing to the next podcast.
Oh, yeah. God. All right, so anyways.
Fucking Bob! Fuck you. All right, sorry.
That's a lot of censors. Yeah, so I went to get a burger, and I saw, I wanted to play something while I was driving around. And lately I get something pulled up on, like, YouTube or something. And I saw that, I'm pretty sure the first thing I saw was that Scru dropped a song called Delete Yo YouTube. That's the name of it. I sound so white saying that.
You do. That is the whitest thing I've ever heard you say.
Delete Yo YouTube.
Delete Yo YouTube.
Luke gone diss. But I knew earlier in the day that Luke Gone and 6 Seconds were going back and forth about World War III, and everyone assumed it was going to be a diss track at each other, but I think that was just kind of the marketing ploy to do it, which was genius. They tricked me.
Yeah, definitely was genius.
So I saw World War III came out. I saw like the thumbnails were right after one another, so I was like, okay, they did the song together. That's dope. But Luke got dissed by Scru, so let me listen to this while I'm sitting in this drive-thru waiting to get my Baconator. This is a very important part of the story. Because I almost choked on the Baconator while listening to this song. That's not true.
Are you serious?
No.
That'd have been a funny sight to see.
No, it wouldn't have. Probably would have
been for me.
Anyways.
Death.
When I heard Scru totally beating around the bush here, because we both didn't really want to talk about this.
I don't know how to address it. I really don't, because I'm super good friends with both of them, and like you're good friends. I think you're more so better friends with Scru than Luke Gone. I don't know if you've ever spoken to Luke Gone. Have you?
Very scarcely, not much at all.
Scarcely?
I haven't really talked to Scru.
What is scarcely?
I haven't talked to Luke at all. Like
I've
been using that word a lot.
Scarcely? What is that? Scarcely? Are you meaning scarcely? Yeah. And you said scarcely.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Anyways. I listened to this damn song.
I'm literally doing everything I can to avoid this conversation and diverting you at all moments that I can catch.
When I heard Scru's song, his diss track, I was like, wow, this is incredible. Scru did amazing on this diss track. And I was like, wait, so this must have came out. He must have started working on this like 2 hours ago or something like that. I don't know. I was confused because I didn't know that Luke Gone took shots at Scru on World War III first. It's all about you gotta do things chronologically on YouTube or you'll get lost really quick because things move fast.
Yeah, especially in situations like this. And like I have more of an insight behind it because I'm constantly just like looking around and I'm involved in all this and I'm friends with everybody. And like I remember saying Luke, this is how it chronologically happened. Like I witnessed it go down. So I remember Luke tweeting out, "Are you ready for World War III?" And he like added Shizzy or 6 seconds and something or another, and it made it look like he was going back at him again for like a round 3. And I remember replying, "No, fuck you," like because I was like, I don't want this shit to happen again. Stop it. And then he replied with "Crypt just called," because that's like a meme sort of. And then I replied with "Crypt just called. He told you to stop. My arms are sore from still making your coffin drop," or some shit like that. Because he clearly lost the battle with 6 seconds the first time around that happened. And like I thought he was going back.
Like that?
Yeah, I dropped a bar on Twitter like that. And
that's fire. That's a dope bar. Anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I am a rapper. I know how to do this every now and again. But fuck you, man. Anyway. So this happens. And he replied and it was all funny and stuff, and then he called me, or I called him, one of the two. And like I called him and I said that word for word. I was like, "Hey, I'm just calling to tell you, fuck you, stop. My arms are sore from making your coffin drop." And like we had a laugh about it. And this was like 10 minutes before the song dropped. And then he told me, like, he was taking shots at some people. I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, here we go. This is going to happen. And so, yeah, the song drops, and I'm listening for all the people that he's going to take shots at. And then, like, I hear Scru come up. I hear Mumfu come up. Dax was brought up for some reason. I was like, dude, this is... Like, I love Luke to death, dude. He is one of my favorite people I've ever met. Super, super nice and genuine person. And, like, people have met me and tell me, like, I'm nice in person, but, like, Luke is so much nicer than I am in person. Like, you can piss me off in person, and I'm, like, I might fight you, or I'll just, like, be irritated and not talk to you. Luke is one of those guys, like, I can never see him throwing a punch at anybody. I can never see him actually getting into a physical altercation or any kind of, like, beef in person. And so, like, when I hear this song... First of all, I thought the song was dope, aside from when disses were dropped. I hated that. I thought the song itself was fucking great. Beat was dope. The beat switch was dope. Everything about the song was really good until... Video was great too, yeah. Everything until the disses were thrown around. It was like, it just ruined the whole song for me. And, yeah, so that is the first thing that happened. And then Shizzy dissed Luke on his own song. I mean, Luke probably should have paid a little bit more attention about that. But I do know that I mean, Shizzy, I keep saying Shizzy. Shizzy is 6 seconds for people that don't know. But Shizzy and Scru are pretty good friends, so obviously there was some inside information because Shizzy had heard the song beforehand. And, like, I've heard that they had the song, that Scru had the song for, like, 3 or 4 months, so he knew the diss was coming, just didn't know when it was coming, and had a diss pre-written, ready to release it whenever. And so... Whenever he found out World War III was happening, he's like, okay, my disc is ready to go at the jump. Because it was literally like 10, 15 minutes after Luke dropped his that Screw's came out.
Yeah. He wasted no
obviously,
time.
There's some plotting going on
time,
right here. He doesn't, but like the bars are way too fucking good in that to be written in 15 minutes. Like Screw's good. I know he's good. Everybody knows he knows how to write, but dude, you can't write that in 15 minutes. And produce it in 15 minutes and shoot a video and edit the video. It'll take 15 minutes just to render that video and then upload it to YouTube. Like anybody that thinks that happened right after is very naive. So obviously there was inside information behind all that. And then I know Luke was really fucking pissed off about it. Mumfu and Scru were going at him on Twitter. All of Scru's fan base was going at him on Twitter. And so Luke got really heated and wrote another song in an hour. Like an hour later, came back.
That was impressive, man. Luke's
impressive.
Like, is crazy.
Yeah, we experienced that on the album because Luke gave us a verse in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, so I knew he was capable of that.
Yeah, and like he wrote this in the heat of passion, and obviously I could tell it was written in an hour because there were some rhyme schemes that like didn't flow well. But yeah, it definitely wasn't bad for an hour. But the fact of the matter is, like, dude, I hate disses that don't have a very stern purpose. And I learned that about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, whenever I did the Unforgivable diss with Deji. Like, that was the last time I ever dissed anyone that I didn't have a legitimately, like, stern problem with. Like, the only other person I've ever dissed since then was with Dax, and it took forever for me to do it because things just kept adding up and adding up and adding up. And then it's like 1.5 years for that to even be squashed. Or a year. I don't know if it's been a year yet.
Yeah. From the outside looking in too, it always looks like good fun. It looks like entertainment and stuff like that. And you know, for the most part, it probably will come down to that because the reality is these guys live 1,500 miles apart from each other, whatever the hell it is. Yeah. There will never be
a meetup in person ever.
No, and by the time it does happen, yeah, something it'll probably settle down by then because right now you just witnessed a whole bunch of people angry in the heat of the moment and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the part of that is like it is fun. Drama is so fun to watch. It's fun to not be a part of, but like be a fan base. And the fan base is egging on. They just want to hear more music from their favorite artist. So obviously they're gonna keep they're gonna keep going. It's like, hey, respond, like do this, and like. Fan bases are the coolest thing you can have, but sometimes they are the worst, like your worst enemy. And sometimes you can't listen to your fan base when they tell you to respond. And, I hate that all this happened in general, because like I said, I'm friends with both of them. And my friends always diss Scru. It keeps happening. Stop. Everybody stop. Let's just have fun with each other. Can we just, like, make songs instead of diss each other? Puts me in a weird fucking spot.
Yeah, but the thing about Scru is he loves it. He's really good at it. He's really good at diss tracks, and it's like he just that's his thing. That's when he gets in his bag. That's his Final Fantasy VII for him. You know what I mean? One thing I did want to say, going back to Scru song when I first heard it is Luke GAWNE and 6 Seconds song is I wonder what the splits are on that song, by the way. I didn't catch 6 Seconds dissing Luke GAWNE when I first heard the song. Did you?
Bro, it's the opening line. Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
that's why I didn't catch it. I was probably like too caught up in the fact that he was rapping out of his fridge again.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, I know why he does that. The fridge is excellent light source for your camera. So it's
that's true.
I've done some thumbnails out of my fridge before to get good lighting on my face.
Wow.
That's a fact.
But
it was for a mayonnaise video, so I needed the mayonnaise, and the mayonnaise was right.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, is that when you made like an instrumental with mayonnaise?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wish the video was shorter.
That was a dope video.
Dope
video. But
thanks, man. Wow. Yeah. Book this. Crypt just said something nice about me.
I'm trying to get off this topic, so I went to the extent of saying something nice about you to throw you off.
Oh, we're not done talking about this.
Fuck.
No, we could. I think that's pretty much everything that needs to be said. Well,
no, that's good. I mean, we can keep talking. Obviously, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
Because of the friendship that I share with him. So, like, obviously, I can't pick a side. I don't like when friends argue. It's the same as in real life. Like, if you have two friends that argue, like, you're not, like, you don't want to do anything about it. You just want them to both stop being assholes.
I get that.
And just like, hey, can we all go and eat lunch and, like, make fun of each other in a fun way instead of being assholes to each other? But,
I get that.
You know, not everybody is made like that. So, it is what it is.
What I want to know is why this happened. That's what I want to know. Like, okay, Luke was...
So I know the big thing Luke's upset with is it's the constant tweets of, like, the shitting on the Death to Mumble Rap thing, and, like, they were calling him corny, and, like, calling him corny because he fast raps and all this other stuff. And he's a really emotional guy, dude. He loves rap. He's just very passionate about what he does. And sometimes he's young, man. Sometimes he takes things to the heart. And like, I mean, I was getting upset during the whole situation too, because obviously I was a part of the song and I rap fast and stuff too. But like, at the end of the day, I kind of realized, you know, it's a personal preference sort of thing. If they have a problem with me, I feel like they would be man enough to tell me about it. They have in the past, so I don't see why anything would change. So I kind of backed off of it, but I can understand. I was definitely upset during that time period too. Things backed off a little bit. But Luke's a passionate guy, man, and sometimes he speaks before his brain can comprehend exactly what's going on. And I've tried to talk him off the ledge many, many times. You can ask him. I think I've told him at least 7 times not to do something, and then he did it, and then it turned out horrible for him. And then he just keeps doing it. Luke,
I respect that to a certain degree. I respect that to a certain degree because, you know, it's I think that's great trait for an artist to have, especially an independent artist, to like have ideas, because you could tell this man has ideas out the yin yang. Who says that?
Yeah.
But yeah, he has so many damn ideas, yo.
White dudes with no eyebrows. That's who says that.
Yeah, that say delete your YouTube. And yeah. He has so many ideas and he executes so much. Like I feel like he has very little ideas that never see the light of day. You know what I mean? And that could be a flaw. You know what I mean? Like if I was there for the studio session for Death to Mumble Rap, I'd probably been like, yo, I'm not sure about this one. You know what I mean? Like for me, that's not like.
That's the thing is.
But that's.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened with me. Like I initiated that conversation. It's like, yo, we should probably not do this. Mm-hmm. And then it went through anyway.
But the fact that he believes in it that much is dope to me. Like, that's dope to me.
Yeah, I mean, it did exactly what he wanted to. That's the thing. It's like he knew it would turn heads, and it did.
Yeah.
Turned a lot of fucking heads.
Yeah. He knows how to turn heads.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And that's another thing, dude, is like Luke is so fucking talented, and that's another thing I hate about diss tracks. Is like, that's like a constant go-to thing is for people in diss tracks to call the other one not talented, that you can't rap. Shut the fuck up, okay?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like, obviously,
yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Obviously, both of you know how to rap, or you wouldn't keep going back at each other.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, even when I dissed Dax, like I never once shit on his ability to rap because I know he's good. And like I'm cool with Dax, by the way. Did we talk about that in a different podcast?
Yeah, we did. And I posted a separate segment of it. I think. No, I didn't post a separate segment of it.
No, you haven't. Okay, yeah, I remember now.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I hate when people do that because it's just a common go-to thing to do that, and it's stupid. That's why I'm not a fan of the diss tracks and the separation. I'm a fan of the unity. So that's why YouTube ciphers exist. And the rap tournament never saw the light of day.
Yeah, I think that was a great move on your behalf. I think
yeah, because that's the thing, dude. This originated from the idea of the rap tournament. Did you know that?
All this yeah, because of 6 seconds and
the Luke and 6 seconds thing originated from the idea of the rap tournament. So I feel responsible. Now I hate this even more.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. People didn't have to make certain decisions.
Here's my proposition, okay, if they listen to this. I want Luke gone, I want 6 seconds, and I want Scru to hit me up, and I want all of you guys to fly down here. I will fly you guys out to my house in Kentucky. We'll get some boxing gloves, and we'll just have like a 4-man just fucking hit the shit out of each other. I don't even need to be in this, but I just want to do it. Because sometimes I just want to fight all of you guys, just because. So let's do that. Joey, you can come too.
I'm not going. And I don't think... very Joey Nato-esque answer right there. I don't think...
Be the referee.
I don't think anybody should go. I think that's a very bad idea. I think the boxing gloves will come off very quickly. And I feel like someone's going to throw a Mountain Dew like a damn bone to a dog, and you're going to go fetching for it, and it's going to distract you. And while your back is turned, they're going to just literally kill each other.
It's like I'm watching them making sure nobody kills each other. It's like, okay. And then, like, Shizzy pulls out a Mountain Dew, and I just, immediately turn and look like a fucking squirrel. I was like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Throws the Mountain Dew. Just go for the Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And then they fucking murder Luke Gone in my backyard.
Yeah, we don't need this.
So I guess that shouldn't happen. But I feel like there should be some kind of personal meetup because, and like, Scru and Luke have met each other before, and like, things were fine back then. I've met with all of them. I love all those guys. So I hate that this is happening.
You know, since you were there...
Get your head out of your ass! Stop it!
Since you were there while the shoot was going on and Scru was there, which I forgot about, you know, when I think about that day, I just always think about Mac, Futuristic, you, and Luke being there. But what was the vibes like between them?
It was fun. Like, everybody was fun, dude. Everybody was having a good time. We were laughing and cutting up. We all took pictures together. Like, there was no animosity, nothing. No negative vibes whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, from social media, it looked like the greatest day ever with all you guys meeting up and like.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, dude. We were all. That was the first time I met Futuristic. It's the first time I met Mac. I don't know if that was the first time I met Luke or not. I think it might have been. Was it?
It had to be, right?
I think it was. I think it was the first time. Yeah, that
Chicago.
I've met him twice now.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that was the first. Yeah, that was the first time I met Luke. So it was a crazy day all in all, and that was only the second or third time I had met Scru too, and it was the first time he was meeting all these people, except for Futuristic. He opened for him at one point, but
I think the thing that I don't agree with the most out of this whole thing is just the fact that Scru was getting access to this information like way back, like the whole behind the back thing, and the sneaky stuff. I'm not a fan of. That's where it kind of got dicey for me. Like, I would have loved if Scru and Luke Gawne were having an argument on each other, which I think they would both have valid points that they're like the better artist than the other. I think that would have been amazing, and I think that would have been so fire. But the way this whole went about was just weird. That's the word that everybody's tossing around is weird, and that's just what kind of turns me off to it.
Yeah, weird and weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's just turning me off.
I agree.
To the whole thing.
I've seen Shizzy talk about that, and I guess it's just how the way you grow up. Because like I'm really iffy about that as well. But if I'm in the same situation, like if somebody comes up to me, like say Scru comes up to me, he's like, "Yo, let's do a song together," but I'm gonna be taking shots at Joey Nato. Like personally, I would be like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing the song," or like, "What's the deal?" I would actually be like, "What's the deal? Why you have problems?" and then try to get you guys to talk.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I do.
Yeah.
But like I don't think I personally would get on the song, diss Scru on the song, and then tell you months earlier and be like, "Yo, get something ready." I don't know. Like I say, it's just a way you grow up thing. I still love all those guys. So that's the main point I want to get across. That I have love for everybody.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, keep saying that because I don't know. I'll say what I say.
Yeah, because I don't want to get shit clipped out of this. I love Scru. I love Shizzy.
Yeah.
I love Luke. All of you. I love you. I love you. Love you. I love you. Did I mention I love him?
You did a couple times, yeah. And you know, I kind of realized the seriousness of diss tracks on YouTube, especially when I watched, and this made me think of you when I watched KSI's video that I've never seen before until yesterday, the Ending It All video where he talks about Deji. And they're like,
yeah,
it's like, first of all, I feel so bad that had to be a personal, like a public thing. First of all,
dude,
there was, oh my God. All right, but I get why he had to do it public.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, that is what made me realize you don't need to diss people unless you have a legitimate problem with them, because that fucking
Unforgivable
that
song.
Ruined their
Yo, that song.
Yeah, dude, it ruined their brotherhood, man.
Real impact, and with the family too, like the parents were emotional about like diss tracks that were going on at that time and stuff like that. I was like, damn, man, Crypt was part of the. Sorry to say this publicly, and it makes you probably look bad, but of course you didn't know these repercussions were gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't, dude. It was like I've mentioned this in many times too. It was all rap beef between KSI and I, and like it was just the fact that he called me out on a song, and like I originally was asked to be on this diss track. I told him no. And then, like, I was mentioned the next day in a song. I just happened to be there. It's like, okay,
how could you not?
I'm going to diss KSI now. Yeah, I mean, it would have been stupid for me not to do that. But, you know, KSI's over that, so everybody else can be over that as well. He let me win the Poppin challenge. He could have easily told me, fuck off.
Yeah.
And I thanked him on Instagram, and he messaged me back and said congratulations and that I killed it. So, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All I'm saying is these diss tracks... people should just be careful with what they say.
For Christ's sake, can we move off the diss tracks? I'm losing hair.
Speaking of which,
fuck.
I have a diss track coming out. I'm dissing PopADew.
Let me guess, it's on Scru.
No, I'm dissing.
I was gonna say it's on Scru, Luke Gone in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Is it on all three of them?
Yeah, it is.
Make sure you mention Mumfu in there as well.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that.
Ends.
Another person I'm cool with.
Okay.
Let's just air it out. Let's just completely burn all bridges.
You also have to toss in my name in there a couple times just so people can constantly hit me up to ask my opinion. And then make sure you use a punchline with No Life Shaq's name in there so he will react to it.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the must-haves in all 5. So diss all 4 people.
Yeah.
Mention my name. Make sure you mention No Life Shaq's name.
Yeah, that's key. That's key. And you have to do it in a way that's almost subliminal to make it seem like some fans will think that you're dissing No Life Shaq, just so it brings more attention. And then,
you did that on the album.
Yeah. Who? Me? Oh, yeah, I did do that.
Did.
Yeah,
Who did?
I did do that.
Not him.
That's why I was a little reluctant of that line. No disrespect to Shaq, but that's tough as whack.
But that's tough. That's tough.
That's
yeah,
tough.
I got it.
That's tough. Yeah. Anyways.
That song is, what is that, Vlog This?
No. Absolutely not.
That's Dirt on My Name.
Dirt on My Name. Yeah.
Vlog This is a great song.
How dare you speak about that song? Art is amazing. All right? Art is amazing.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Speaking of which, since everybody thought that song was about Moxes, who I have another song with coming out eventually, by the way.
Yeah, when they call like Diddy or something like that. Diddly do.
Wait, who? What?
Genie. It's called Genie. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, you're leaking. You're leaking.
Yeah.
You know what?
You leaked it yourself.
Oh, you were there then. You were there on that stream. I had a dynamite stream.
No, it wasn't the stream. You did it somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah, I think you did it in the Q&A video. You did. You did it in the Q&A video because you pulled up a notepad of all your punchlines from the album.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can see it in the corner. Yeah. It says Moxes and Joey Genie.
I gotta admit.
Because you suck at this.
No, I gotta admit, I completely did that on purpose. But that's just for like the fans that are paying extra attention, just to like get the little pot stirring a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, I did a reaction the other day, and like I did 2 reactions, and like I filmed both of them at the same time, and then I edited them and put them up on different days. But for some reason, I had another chair in my chair.
A what?
Like I had a folded black chair in the back of my red gaming chair that I sit in, and I had no fucking idea that it was there. So there's 2 videos on my channel where there's a chair folded up behind me while I'm sitting in this chair, and like I had no idea. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay. I'll make sure to be on the lookout for chairs in your future videos. I just wanted to ask, did you hear Moxes' new song, Latitude?
I have not.
It's a dope song. It's very so Moxis is doing more of the melodic singing, rap singing thing now. That's like his main thing.
Gotcha.
And the song is very dope. He does like this cool thing with his voice where he like goes, I'm mad at you. Like he like does this volume control thing with his voice, and it's something different and unique. And yeah, I think you should listen to the song, especially if you're in a good mood. Like that song is definitely a good feel good song.
Do you care to do that example for me again?
Mad at you. Like that was a bad example. I can't even be mad at you. Like kind of like that. Why are you having me do this? Hello? I think I cut off while you were laughing. So I just heard silence.
No, I was like silently laughing away from the microphone.
I hate you.
And I just hear you, hello?
Words can't describe how much I hate you right now. Oh my God. What time is it?
Thank you for the examples.
It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's 4 a.m. where you're at. No, dude, there's been so much music come out the last few days. I mean, Luke has dropped 3 songs. Scru's dropped 2 songs. Shizzy, no, he didn't drop a song. I thought he did. Tech 9 dropped a whole fucking album. My girl Lex Bratcher fucking killed that shit. Shout out to Lex Bratcher. She was on YouTube Cypher Volume 2.
Wait, she dropped an album?
No, she was on Tech 9's album. She was a feature on Tech 9's album.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
so was Scru. Scru was on a different song with Mercules, but Lex was on a song with Tech and Chris Calico.
That's just
dude,
one of those.
She fucking killed it, dude.
That's just one of those instances where someone in the industry actually recognizes true talent, because she has crazy talent. So that's amazing to see. That's rare.
I'm so excited for her, man. Yeah, dude, she's nuts. And there was another kid on there, like a 13-year-old kid that did a song with him. Mm-hmm. It's like Dr. The song's Dr. something. I can't remember the name of the doctor, but the kid did fucking insane.
Isn't that the single?
They did a music video for it today.
Did he put out a music video for it?
Yeah, today.
Damn.
They're like in straitjackets.
Are you sure they were
kids dope. I talked
straitjackets
to him on
originally?
Instagram
Oh,
today.
wait. We haven't even put out that podcast
yeah,
yet.
Another foreshadow. Dude, that section is going to be so funny, dude. I think I was like wheezing, laughing so hard during that section of that podcast.
That was the funniest podcast we ever did.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Fucking bitch.
If it ever comes out.
Probably not.
Probably not. We didn't really get into in that podcast, though, about you winning the Poppin' Challenge, though. So congratulations, Crypt, on winning
thank you, brother.
Poppin' Challenge.
I appreciate it.
I want to know where you were when you found out.
We were actually on the phone, weren't we? Well, like,
no.
I don't know. Well, you don't know because, so here's the thing.
We weren't. You texted me asking if the person was legit. You texted me asking if the person was legit, remember?
Did I text you or did I call you? Pretty sure I called you.
Yeah, you called me. You called me asking if the person was legit. Okay. Yeah.
So I was sitting right here at this desk, and I think I was editing YouTube Cypher Volume 3, like putting people in certain spots. And I remember I was taking a break, checking my Instagram DMs, and I looked at my request, and I had one from a verified check marker, and it was KSI's manager. It said, "Yo, Crypt, give me a call." Gave me his phone number. I'm KSI's manager, and it just felt very scammy. Because, I hate giving out my phone number regardless. I never give out my phone number. Yeah. And so I think I called you because you said you had talked to him. Like, I remember talking to you earlier in the week about it and saying that you had been talking with KSI's manager. And I made sure that was him. And you gave me the green light. So I called him. And I actually have the audio recorded of this, but it's really shitty. And, I don't think they want me putting that out. You shouldn't. Regardless, so I'm not going to put it out. Yeah. But... I mean, obviously, I knew something was going to happen when he asked me to call him because you just don't do that. And that would have been funny if he had me call him and then JJ answered. It's like, "Fuck you, Crypt," and then hung up.
That would have been
the greatest troll of all time. It definitely would have. I would have just looked at my phone and be like, "I deserve that," and then just kept going on with my day. Mm-hmm. But I called him and he's like, "Crypt, you did a great job with the Poppin' Challenge. Just want to say you placed in the top 3. And I was like, "Oh, yeah? That's fucking awesome." And there's a little silence. He's like, "Would you like to know what spot you placed in?" I'm doing a horrible accent.
Yeah, don't do it. Just talk in regular voice.
I'm this far into it. I got to keep going. Okay. So I was like, "Yeah, I'd love." He's like, "Well, you weren't number 3." No, he said, "No, well, you want number 2? I was like, okay. He said, you want number 1? I was like, and inside of me, I died a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like, so you were number 3, so I just need your, oh, wait a minute, I'm reading this wrong. You won the Poppin challenge. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, I got super excited. I started tearing up a little bit because, like, it's a huge fucking thing. And, yeah, he's like, yeah, bro, you can't tell anybody, but you won by a fucking landslide. He told me that I had over 200,000 votes, that it wasn't even close. And, you know, they were all super excited. And that I needed to send stems over and stuff like that. But I knew 3 to 4 days before KSI's video came out. So I was like sitting there holding on to all this information, about to lose my shit every time somebody tweeted me asking about the results, like wondering what was going on with the Poppin challenge. And I'm just sitting here like, I won! And yeah, I had to keep secrets from my family and everybody else. It was a hard thing to do, for sure.
Yeah. What did you tell me when you found out?
Oh, yeah. So, obviously, I had to tell Joey because, like, he knew I was talking to KSI's manager. I was like, oh, shit. I got to figure out how to do this.
So let me take over.
I think
okay, let me. This man deceived me. I thought we were friends. I guess not. So I wanted to cancel the PopADew podcast here on camera.
First of all, why the fuck would you think
that? Yeah. Read between the lines, Joe. Do you see the way I talk to you? Wasn't joking at all this whole time. Yeah. So I was like, keep me posted. You're about to call this dude. Keep me posted. And he texted me back, and he was like, man, it was such a convincing text, yo. He was like, so I didn't win, but I was in the top 5, and he was just like, keep telling me to just keep going. And he definitely notices what we're doing and what we're working on and stuff like that. And I was like, oh. Dude, like it sounded so believable, yo. Like, don't believe a word this dude Crypt says, man. Like,
I think I even threw in like that he talked about mine and your album.
Yeah.
Didn't I say that?
Which
yeah. He actually did though.
Oh, okay. He did. Great.
Yeah. He mentioned you.
Yeah, he was like, yo, can you tell your friend to stop messaging me?
Can you tell your producer to quit fucking talking to me?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Your producer, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So yeah, he said that, and then and then I told Alfreda, my fiance, that was on the hook of Psycho. That's how I could refer. That's how everybody could know her or know about her.
Yeah.
And the first thing she said to me when I said you didn't win was, he's lying. That was the first thing.
Dude,
she
women
said.
know.
Yeah,
women know.
It's scary.
Man.
It's very scary. And yeah, I was like, nah, he definitely didn't win. Like he said, like top 5. He said he was placed in the top 5. I was like, why would you just say that? And I was like,
sorry.
Yeah, you. So the how much time passed? Was it a day?
So what?
I think it was a whole day.
No, it was like 3. Oh, before I told you?
Yeah. I think it was a whole day. Yeah, it was a whole day.
It might have been more than that. So, like, they told me not to tell anybody, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to fucking tell anybody because somebody's going to put this shit out there.
Yeah.
But they made me, I had to send in stems of the audio. And so, like, I sent them, and my mom is, like, my manager, so she sees all the emails and stuff, too. So I was like, oh, shit, she's going to see that I sent something to KSI's team. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I got to tell mom. I was like, but she's my manager, so it's like, I thought it would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And my mom was already having just a super shitty day. She had called me earlier that day crying because the bank fucked up some paperwork, because I'm buying a house right now, and the bank fucked up some paperwork, and I'm going to have to spend way more money to buy this house than we thought. Like, I'm still going to be able to get it, but, like, she just called me crying her fucking eyes out, man. She was so upset. And shout out to Mama Crypt. She really cares. Damn. But, I called her, and, like, I could still tell she was a little down. I was like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. I was like, well, you want to make your day better? So like, what? It's like, I won the Poppin challenge. And, like, she just started crying again. And was, like, super fucking happy, dude. I almost started crying because my mom was crying.
Yeah.
It's just such a wholesome moment, man.
Damn, man.
And then I think I told you, like, a day and a half later, because we were on the phone, and you were grilling the shit out of me about it, asking me questions that I didn't have answers for.
No.
You definitely were. You were asking me shit, and I was like, dude, I can't stand talking to this guy anymore. I won the Poppin challenge. Leave me alone.
Well, because you mentioned that, he mentioned about our album. You said something about that. I was like, okay, I want to know what this person thinks about our album or what they said about it. And I was asking you more questions about that than anything. And then you just came out of nowhere. You was like, all right, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't tell anybody or whatever. I was like, okay.
Man.
And you didn't say
I hope
that.
they don't listen to this. I really hope they don't listen to this because they told me not to tell anybody, and I told my mom, and I told you.
I think it's okay now, but
yeah, I guess it's okay now.
I don't think if it was me, I would not care. I would just make sure that
Listen, I had to tell them. Okay, I had to. It's only because my mom would have seen the messages, so because she's my manager, she would have known. And Joey was grilling the shit out of me, okay? He told me he was going to fucking kill me if I didn't do it.
All right,
we
were not
had a
supposed
knife
to talk about
to my
that.
virtual throat.
All right, I guess the cat's out.
He literally had a bomb of anthrax sent to my mail.
Wow, don't say things like that. Anyways,
Don't send me anthrax in the mail, and I won't say things like that.
Yeah, so... Yeah, he was like, I won the Poppin challenge, and then I was kind of like freaking out a little bit. But I didn't even know that Crypt was like really, I didn't know he cared that much about it because he did his verse so damn quick. And it was like,
yeah.
And he was just like, yo, can you mix this for me? I was like, yeah, sure. And I don't know if you even were going to do that long of a verse originally until you heard mine. If we're gonna keep it $1.50 plus tax.
Yeah, if we're gonna keep it a $1.50 plus tips.
Tax.
Plus tax. I thought you said plus tips. I was like, that didn't make sense, but I'm gonna roll with it. But yeah. So I originally, if you listen to my Poppin remix, I stopped it. When did I stop? I stopped it halfway. Like I literally doubled my verse after I heard that Joey wrote an entire fucking song.
Yeah, before the spelling part. You didn't originally have the spelling part.
Yeah, I didn't have the alliteration down. It's after dropping hits after hits after hits like a slugger. I'm a poppin' motherfucker, reppin' is my bread and butter, snagging his cream and his cheese every single time that I utter. Bitch, I'm poppin'. And that's when it was going to stop and go on into KSI's verse.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought would have been appropriate, but hey.
Yeah, I think it would have been dope. I don't think it would have won, though. That's the thing is it's so hard to exemplify skill and, like, make something memorable in a 16. Like, I feel like you have to have a 32 for people to be wowed.
Yeah, because you need to give them time to vibe, like, to get into it. Yeah. And then go to the point where they're like, okay, this dude's still going. And then, like, some bars just hit harder when they're later in a verse. Just because they're later in a verse, some bars just hit harder. And it just... I
agree.
Yeah, his jaw didn't drop until you were doing that. Omnipotent. I am not going to embarrass myself.
Omnipotent with obvious intent to overwhelm.
Omnipotent with
Omnipotent. Do you know what that word means?
No, I don't. I'm too dumb.
It means It pretty much just means everywhere. So, like, if I'm omnipotent, it means I'm everywhere.
Omnipotent. Okay.
Omnipotent with obvious intent to overwhelm.
Omnipotent with obvious.
Omnipotent with obvious intent to overwhelm.
Omnipotent with obvious. Oh my God! I'm gonna do this. And
come on, you got it, man. Omnipotent with obvious intent to overwhelm.
I can't open my mouth too wide here. I have to kind of keep it.
That's actually the trick: is to open it as wide as you can.
Really? For that too?
That's one of the tricks. Omnipotent with obvious intent to overwhelm.
Skagaga. You're gonna like that face I just made right there. All right. Omnipotent with obvious intent to overwhelm. Oh my God.
That was it. That was very close.
Omnipotent with. Oh, now it's gone. Omnipotent. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Did you hear DaBaby's album?
Yeah, I heard 2 songs, and then I had to do a podcast. And the podcast was supposed to come out tomorrow, but that's not gonna happen.
Fucking.
Yeah. So when I listened to this DaBaby album, I'm like, okay, this is a DaBaby album. Like this is the same type of flow that he does, the same kind of bounce with the beats. And I
love it. DaBaby, the same.
I don't like that little
I keep seeing that on Twitter all the time.
The second song.
Did you say Mimi?
Wait a minute.
Did you say Mimi?
Who are you? Huh?
Did you say Mimi? Did you say Mimi instead of meme?
Well, no, I didn't say it like
Joey?
M-E-M-E is Mimi. I meant like it's Mimi. Like
okay,
salty,
that makes sense.
Salty, Mimi.
Gotcha.
You know
I thought you said like I didn't like the Mimi thing that he did. Like he was trying to say meme.
I am not
dude, I am about to roast the absolute shit out of you.
I am not a
this.
meme person. I am not a ha-ha when I text type person. I am not that type of person. No.
I could probably pull up a text right now where you said ha-ha.
Ha! Good luck. You will never find that. I do not say ha-ha in my texts. I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier about that. And, I'm not a ha-ha person. It just doesn't happen.
Okay, you entertain the podcast. I'm going to look for a message that says haha.
All right.
I see a ton of LOLs.
Well, I need to listen to DaBaby's
and laughing my
album
ass
again.
off.
One thing that I do sometimes when I'm listening to an album and then maybe I don't get to finish it right on time is watch an Anthony Fantano review. My brother is a big fan of Anthony Fantano, actually, and I think he has really honest music reviews, and that's why I watch his stuff sometimes. Sometimes, he reviews an album, and then I like to listen to the album afterwards and then say, you know what, I disagree with what he said, or I say, oh, you know what, I understand what he was saying about this song here on this album. Do I still need to entertain the podcast? All right, well, I'll just keep doing it.
Going.
All right. So, in particular, one experience that I remember having, which I wish I didn't do, is with J. Cole's KOD album, and I really wanted to get a good experience for the album because I was excited about the album when it was coming out, but like a dummy. And same thing with Drake's Views album. I watched an Anthony Fantano album review first, and he's from Connecticut, by the way. And he just, didn't have like the greatest, most positive reviews about these albums. And then I listened to the albums afterwards, and then I go into these albums with this mindset of mind of what Anthony Fantano was saying, and it kind of ruins the experience for me. So I could gladly say I went into this DaBaby album not making that mistake. And, you're having a hard time finding that ha-ha, aren't you, motherfucker? So, yeah.
I actually left to go get a Mountain Dew.
What the? All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today to the PopADew podcast. We appreciate you guys listening. It is 4:06 a.m., and to show you I'm not bluffing, I will show you outside.
Fucking
It is dark outside at 4:06. That could only mean one thing. It is the morning. And, do your little sign-off thing, and then I'll go to sleep.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching the PopADew podcast. And until next time, guys, it has been your boy, Crypt, and I'm signing out. Go ahead and PopADew. Oh, what did I just break? PopADew!